Hey everyone, welcome to my reading corner, and this is the last video I'm going to film for the day. So you're going to see like four videos where I'm wearing with me in the same shirt, but I think most people do that anyway. They like pre-film videos. So it is Top 5 Wednesday time, and it is the first Top 5 Wednesday of the month. This is a Goodreads group originally created by Ginger Reads Lady and Sam from Thoughts at Homes, who is still the current host. Basically, they will give us a topic to do for each Wednesday of the month, and you obviously pick your top 5 for each topic. So this week's topic is your top 5 couples from the beginning, like when you first, like your early years of reading, I guess, when you first started developing OTPs and stuff like that. I'll have to look before I upload this, and as I upload, I'll have to look up what the actual name of the topic is, so I can put it in the little drop box below. But anyway, I'm gonna go in order from 5 to 1. Okay, 1 being my number 1 favorite, and 5 being my no longer my favorite. I mean, like my least favorite, like as in I still hold them in my heart. They still have a soft spot in my heart, but they're not my number 1. And my taste have changed. Okay, so please do not judge me for number 5. Okay, I mean, I know that this series is really flawed, and the guy is not exactly the best guy for me to. He's not a good, he's a bit stalkerish and kind of creepy and controlling. Of course, the other guy in the love triangle is a little bit of the same, but I loved the series at the time. And I was going through that. Vampires are so hot and so cool, and I wanted to be a vampire or date a vampire, and I wanted to write a story about vampires, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, is Edward and Bella from Twilight. Yes, I was Team Edward. I didn't like Jake because I thought he was incredibly immature, too immature for me. Although the werewolf thing was just as cool as the vampire thing. But, yes. Edward is a bit controlling and stalkerish and obsessive. Like, he was watching Bella when she was sleeping before they were even dating. They weren't dating, and he was still staring at her as she slept. It's like, to me, that's a little too creepy. I mean, it's one thing if you're dating someone and you've had sex with them and all that, and you're sharing a bed, then yeah, sometimes it's, sometimes people like, for some reason, there are people that like to watch their lover sleep, and it can be kind of endearing, but they were dating, so it's a little creepy. But again, like, he was the hot, sexy vampire, and like most of the teenage girls at that time was like, ooh, Bella's so lucky, and these 2 hot, immortal guys want her, and I liked his family and everything, and he's so broody and mysterious and just so sexy, and it's hard for me to defend this couple now, and hard for me to point out good things about this couple while but at the time I thought they were so cute and adorable, and I liked it, and I was like, oh, I wanted to be Bella and stuff like that, and she was so lucky, and so yeah, I used to adore this couple, and I still kind of hold them in my heart, they're still there. They're not a perfect couple, and there's so many things looking back now, it's like, why did I ship these 2? But, I mean, you kind of feel sorry for Bella, in a way, Okay, so next couple is, couple number 4 is Clary and Jace from the Mortal Instruments. I was one of those people who like the Mortal Instruments. I know a lot of people don't like them anymore, and have issues with Cassandra Clare and everything, but I don't care about the author. I care about the books. I enjoy the books. I still hold them in my heart. I definitely enjoy them. I still hold them in my heart more so than the Twilight books. But, I know they're not perfect, and they're not literary merit, and there are probably a lot of issues, and the writing has, and at the time, her writing probably wasn't the best, and And it suffers from that time period in book history and all that, blah blah blah. But you know what? I still liked it. I enjoyed that series, and I still like that couple. I mean, yeah, I got some issues with Jace now, but they were so cute together. And again, like, I liked the idea of that relationship where the average girl finds out that she's special, and the hot, mysterious, sexy, broody guy, who's a bad boy, likes her and stuff, and she can change him for the better, and yes, I've learned that you shouldn't change a guy, you shouldn't change a person, you should like them for who they are, but they were cute and adorable and great together. And if you've only read past, spoiler alert, if you've only read past the first book, no, he's not her brother. It's not an actual, and I'm not just in denial or anything. It is revealed by City of Glass that he is not actually her brother. It's someone else. I mean, literally. I'm not just saying that. I'm not in denial or anything. You just gotta read past the first book. If you can, because I know that a lot of people can't, and they talk about the writing is not good and all that, and there's people that have a lot of issues and they don't like the incest. But it's not incest between them. I mean, literally, it's not. I'm not in denial here. I know that in the book it implies that they are biologically siblings, but no, he's not actually Jonathan. Someone else is Jonathan. We're gonna find out, and you find out in City of Glass. But it's a very, they were cute. I like them. And, I used to prefer guys over Jace, but now that I've gotten older and matured a little bit in my reading taste and as a person, I kind of lean towards more of the guys like Simon. I like the Simon types a little bit more than the Jace types. Simon's adorable, and he's a nerd. I would like some of the stuff that he likes. And he's very sweet and very loyal, and I'm glad that he gets, and I don't understand why Clary didn't fall for him. I mean, I kind of do. It's, the girl falls for the bad boy all the time, and it's like, now that I'm older, I'm like, why does the girl always have to fall for the bad boy in these kind of books? Why can't, for once, she fall for the guy that's her loyal, sweet best friend that she realizes he has feelings for her, and she ends up choosing him? I mean, I know it's like, he's not the main guy, Jace is the main guy, so she has to fall for him, and like, it almost gets annoying when the girl always falls for the bad boy. Like, she never falls for the nice, sweet guy, and that's the loyal best friend and stuff. I mean, I think that's why I always had to think for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, despite the fact that Xander does a lot of things that you want to punch him in the face for his stupidity, and, he is a very frustrating character, and it makes it hard for me to defend my love for this character. And then, there's the Riley Finn types who are considered the boring guy, or no, I don't want to be with the boring human, I want the mysterious, sexy, immortal guy, And I feel bad, I feel sympathetic for those kind of guys. And that guy kind of reminds me of, Riley kind of reminds me of, like, Simon in a way, or they play the same type of role. I mean, they're very different in personalities, but they kind of play that same type of role. The nice, average guy, although Simon is not average anymore, I don't remember if it happens in the first book or the second book, where he changes and is no longer an average guy, but, it's still kind of the same nice guy, sweet. I mean, like, he's like a mixture of Xander and Riley from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I feel like. Although now thinking about it, he's probably a little closer to Xander in personality than Riley. But anyway, but here we're talking about Jace. I'm getting off track, and we're talking about Jace and Claire, and I just love those two. They were so cute together, and like I said, I was going through that bad boy phase, and I was rooting for them. I mean, not that I really dated that much, but like as far as like character-wise, I kind of like the bad boy characters in fantasy. Okay, so number 3, and this is a series I DNF'd. I didn't even finish the series, and that was Zoey, Redbird, and Stark. I don't remember Stark's first name, but so this is a series I DNF'd, and I couldn't stand Zoey after a while. As the series progressed, I just wanted to bitch slap that girl. I couldn't stand her. she got on my nerves as the series progressed. But this is basically House of Night series. Basically, this girl Zoey, she's raised in the human world, but then she gets marked. Instead of bitten, you get marked, which I thought was really cool. And you go to this vampire academy where you go to school at night because you're still a vampire, and they have that whole idea of you can't go out during the sunlight. Not that you're gonna get burned to a crisp or turn to toast or anything, but toast. But sorry, are you for the dark joke? But it's not like but you can't exactly go out. It's like if a regular human stayed up until midnight or past midnight. That for them daytime, like this would be late or really super early for a vampire in this world, in this universe. And it kind of has it's a different kind of mythology, that's what kept me reading for as long as I did, was the mythology of the world and the other characters. I love the other characters, including Stark. And it was just, but Zoey, I just stopped. I couldn't stand her. And even the bad guy got annoying after a while. But anyway, Heath in the beginning, her first boyfriend, that was the other thing. The girl went through a lot of guys. But Heath was, like, annoying. Although he cleaned up his act, I started to like him a little more. And Eric, couldn't stand him. I mean, I liked him in the beginning at first when we first meet him and he's first dating Zoe. And I get his anger at her when she cheats on him, I think in book 2. But then his bitterness made me want to punch him in the face. There's a lot of guys I want to punch in the face. But, Stark became my favorite out of Zoe's boyfriends. Heath was a close second as the series progressed. And they were so cute. He was so understanding and so laid back and just so cool and just a normal, guy. And I think she needed him after the whole Heath-Eric fiasco. I think she needed a guy like Stark. But then I feel like Stark deserved better. Now, like I said, I DNF'd the series, so I don't know. But for me, at the time, when I was reading the book, Stark deserved better than Zoe. He put up with a lot of crap, a lot of BS with her. And he was such a nice guy. But they were, at the time, in the beginning, when they were first dating, they were so cute and so sweet. And, I liked them and everything. But then, like I said, Zoe got on my damn nerves. So I just stopped liking. I like Stark, but I feel like it's kind of hard when one half of the couple you can't stand, and then the other half you love. And so it's hard to love the couple because sometimes it can be the opposite where I didn't like them separate, but when they were together, I liked them. Like in the Vampire Diaries series, I never read the books, but I did not like the blonde chick, the blonde girl, Elena's blonde friend. I didn't like her at first, but when she's with Klaus, I liked them. I liked them as a couple. I didn't like them individually. I liked Klaus individually, but a little bit more than I liked her individually. But when they were together, I liked them. So it was kind of the same. So unfortunately, though, it was the opposite situation where I liked them together. I was cool with them together, but then individually, I just couldn't stand them. Or at least I couldn't stand her. Which is a problem. You're supposed to like and root for the protagonist. I wasn't rooting for her. I stopped liking her. But I love the couple and everything. Okay. Alright, so this number 2 is the classic couple. Most people will probably talk about this, or they won't even talk about this couple. They'll talk about some of the other couples, or the couples that they wanted to exist on the show. In the books and movies. And that is Ron and Hermione. And I will fight you if you're all like, oh, she shouldn't be with Ron, she should be with Harry. I will fight you. Okay? Because to me, Hermione and Harry are like siblings, they're brother and sister. I don't see the romantic connection there. I know that, in the movies, there were a couple scenes, and the writers and the screenwriters were all, hinting at, kind of doing this injustice thing because of Ron's insecurity, so they were adding more to that with them having their little special dance and all that kind of stuff. Oh my god, I hate that sound. I keep getting, because I'm having a conversation with my friend, so I keep hearing my phone buzzing or beeping or something. It just annoys me. But, but Ron and Hermione are a perfect balance. I don't get why they're all like, oh, Ron is so annoying. He shouldn't be with, Hermione shouldn't be with him. She deserves better. She should be with Harry. It's like, I do not agree with that. And like I said, I'll fight you. Ron and Hermione are so cute and so perfect. They're a perfect balance. His laid back, loyal. He is loyal. He's not just the comic relief. I don't get people who are like, oh, he's only the comic relief. He is so much more than just the comic relief. Either you haven't been paying attention or you were just watching the movies. Ron is so loyal. He's such a good friend. And he is the one in the first book when they are caught in the devil's snare. He's the one who has to remind Hermione that you're a witch, woman. You can, getting them out of this mess. But they changed that in the stupid movie for some reason. Make her seem out. Like, this is why I kind of like, I recently watched a video where it talked about how, like, how movies tend to, the whole film attractiveness thing, and how they made Hermione's character so perfect. And, like, I get what the guy was saying about how, because she's not, like, she doesn't have the bushy hair and the big teeth. So the transformation in book 4 when she goes to the Yule Ball is not as big of a deal because she's already pretty. But my argument is you're never going to find someone, I mean, you might find, like, people of different, it's kind of hard to find people that are, like, going to be exactly described as, like, what's considered unattractive, like bushy hair and big teeth. I mean, but I guess in the case of Hermione, the writers could have added these things. The costume people could have, or the movie people could have added these things to make Hermione keep, like, with the bushy hair and the buck teeth and stuff. But I mean, it's not like the actress is going to keep her bushy hair. Her hair is going to change. So I feel like it's a very complicated situation. But anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. I was talking about Ron and Hermione as a couple. And those two are, like, his lightheartedness and laid-back personality and sense of humor and how he's loyal and so sweet, and oh god, Larissa, stop talking! It's not Larissa, it's not my friend's fault, it's just, I should have muted my stupid phone. It's just really, we are in the middle of a conversation, so she doesn't realize I'm filming. I should have told her I was filming. But, yeah, it's just, I love those two. And her intelligence, how smart she is, and how careful she is, how cautious, and to me, it's a great balance. And I do not get people who are like, who are all like, oh, Harry and Hermione should have made more sense. Like, I disagree. And, Hermione, okay, people are interested in, she could reform him, and it's kind of hot and stuff, but even then, I don't know if I'm as intrigued by that couple. But anyway, Hermione and Ron all the way. Okay, so the last couple, before I run out of battery life on my computer and have to set up the charge that I want to talk about, is couple number 1 is one that, like, I read the series way before BookTube. So I was like, so it still kind of counts as a series, even though it's one of those series that's still talked about today, and the authors are in other books now. That is the Lunar Chronicles and Cress and Thorn. These two are so cute together. I mean, you would think I would be more leaning towards Wolf and Scarlet. No, they're a close second to Cress and Thorn, but Cress and Thorn are so cute together. So adorable. And, like, I like how it still has that kind of the guy pushing the girl away stuff, but it doesn't bother me as much in this. Like, that's one of my pet peeves is when the guy's like, oh, you should stay away from me, I'm not good for you, I'm bad. But it's like, they are so cute, and they're such a great balance, and they grow together as a couple. Like, at first, when you first meet, you think it's gonna be insta love and everything, because she has this massive crush on this guy, on Thorn and everything, and sees the good in him, and you think, but of course it doesn't end in the third book with them all of a sudden getting together and kissing and all that stuff. He's like, she tries to be all like, I mean, he can't even physically see her anyway. He's blind. He loses his eyesight in the third book. But he's like, he doesn't show her this good side to him. He kind of gets her. He kind of abandons her in a way, and he's seen with the nest cord and all that. He's kind of like John Solo, or not John Solo. John Solo is the name of the book, the YouTuber. He's like Hans Solo from the Star Wars. Very laid back, doesn't care, a bit of a ladies' man and all that and stuff. But then he grows as a character. But you see, he does have a good side, because he does tell Cress, "You shouldn't like me. You shouldn't have this crush on me." And she tries to get over it, and she does sort of get over it, but she still holds a torch for the guy. But her little crush is so adorable, and she gets so obsessive. She's like such a fangirl. And you would think he would take advantage of that, being who he is, but he doesn't. He's very honest with her. He doesn't take advantage of that. And they're just so cute. They're still my favorite couple. I mean, they're I just love them, and I still love them today. And as you can see, they're the one couple that has stayed with me, and maybe that's because I'm still kind of reading. That series is still part of my life, and the author is still part of my life. But I just love them, and they balance each other out so well. They're like an old married, and just they kind of fight like an old married couple in a way. And they're just so different they were so different from what I'm used to. That's like Cinder and Kai and Wolf and Scarlet. I was used to those kind of couples. But Cress and Thorn were very different than what I was used to liking. And then the same thing with Winter and Jason. I think that's how you say his name. They were very different from what I was used to. So they're kind of tied a little bit. So I guess Wolf and Scarlet are kind of in third place, and Jason and Winter in second place. And Cress and Thorn are in first. So I love them. I love them. Okay, so before I have to I'm going to stop now and end this video, because I have to plug my computer into the charger. So, love to know whether you want to share your top 5 or just your favorite couples in general, like from your early days of reading. Please feel free to share in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give a thumbs up and click subscribe. If you haven't already, I would, and be sure to click the bell icon below if you want to find out when I upload new videos, which is, as of right now, Wednesdays and Sundays. And I hope you all are enjoying your reading, and I will talk to you all later. Alright, bye!